There's no reality.
No lead.
No lead. Nobody can come out to tell you this story is true. So it was just a fictitious story. Now, we'll come to the lady issue. The lady came to the police station. She narrated her ordeal. So the police asked her to relax. She relaxed herself, and her family member were talked to also. Her brother, we have a brother number, Jesse Grant. We have the sister number, Jamelia Grant. Talk to all of them. They asked us to please allow us to take our sister home. We'll do a medical. When she recollect, we'll bring her back so we can begin the investigation because we think she is traumatized. So looking at that appeal
from the family,
and the lady herself, should we assign a police officer as though that she is somebody that we take to be a suspect? She claimed to be a victim. Now, she was given the opportunity to have gone and take treatment, recollect, and come back. The next day, we did not hear from them. We placed a call to the brother. He said they will get back to us. We placed another call, and up to today's date, we finally say the woman is a woman for herself. They don't know where she lives. She does not have a phone. We were like, what? In the Asian town, they say that she don't have a phone. Okay, please talk. They say she's somewhere in the Broadway area, but she doesn't have a phone. Up to today's date, yesterday we made a call. We couldn't get anything from them. They said they will call us back up to today.
Even the lady who alleged that she did.
The lady who I'm telling you, but you know, there are some similarity in this story and the one or the Pedersen man talk about it that happened here and mysteriously and surface in Batala. You know, the inconsistency and consistency in that particular story was the white handkerchief.
Okay.
You see? So you will find out that people are masquerading around here. People are being paid to do things to tarnish the image of the country and to raise false national security alike. This man said, according to the video, he said that 10 to 11 o'clock, while going, there was a huge traffic from Broad Street all the way to Corway. 10, 11, all of us here, is there traffic in Corway? Voila. Is there traffic? No traffic.
He found himself in Batala.
Yeah, no, wait, I will get to that. Don't worry. Don't rush. Now, another instance, he said he was choking this man after all that had transpired. How did they get someone to sit on the lap of the keke rather? And the keke is something that you twist it will fall. So how come? But all of that had passed. We placed a call to this the man went. He was in the radio station, Cool FM. Immediately, I got the information. I dispatched somebody to get to him. We got to him, we took him to Zumfa police station.
Okay.
When we got into Zumfa police station, he gave his statement. But it was surprising to know that in his statement, he said it happened 7:45 p.m. Not 11, 10 to 11, as he claimed.
In the video.
In the video. It's different. So, I can show you a statement. We have a statement right here before us.
Okay, can you share the statement with us? It's good that we read so that the people understand exactly what he wrote, right?
Absolutely.
This is a statement. So, in his statement, he said 7:45 the incident occurred. Okay? And every other thing held constant that he went through. But when he got through with his statement, the CSD officer said, okay, please, do you want to drink water? He said, no, if you are right now, I don't want water. I'm confused. So the man said, okay, take a rest. Just say to my office, let me brief my commander, then we'll get back to you. We'll call our authority. We'll see where we can help you to go to the hospital. He said, yes. As soon as the commander went in the office, he came out, the man was gone. He ran away.
Where were the police?
The man is not a suspect. He's not. The man walked into. We brought him into the police station. He's not a suspect.
Don't you think you have provided police to guard that man because he has made a startling revelation about him being kidnapped. And you have protected him so he can be.
You know how the man left? You know how the man left? No. Now that the police at the child caller, they didn't see him. He walked all of the station with the hope of, Lord, I'm making a call. Let me talk to my wife. So he took a phone. He was on the phone walking and he went outside. He stood, he came back in and he walked back outside. He was gone.
So, Mr.
You understand?
Mr.
Listen. What we did was we went and collected his call log. So you found out.
I think the people are interested in that call log.
You found out this is the call log. You see how hard like that. That's what this 1-on-1.
So you just need to give the call log to
I will give it to you. Look, you see, all the time he said you found out on the 24th, the day he said he got missing, he was in Disville, Douala, Nukutan, Plaza, Nukutan. You want
to give it to us?
Yeah. So you see, he highlight everything. The call log never placed the man outside Monserrado County. The call log never placed him outside.
He claimed that while he was there, his wife was calling. He kept
even the time he said, "Oh, chopping people neck," he was in Disville.
So we got Disville.
So he's lying.
Let's listen to Oliver to read that.
So Disville,
Douala. So you're the face of the call log to look at it like this. That's the data there.
So it is Disville, Douala, Nikutan, Plaza, Cinema, Nikutan, LEC, Viton, Clariton, endlessly Clariton. You got Doe committed 2 times, Nikutan. I mean, everything is Disville, Nikutan. Yeah, so the days are, we also have the days right, Jala. My take is, now that it is established that all of the places he said, this thing occurred, it is not what is actually being reflected in the call law. Why can't you arrest him? Because that is a false alarm.
Look,
that's the same question I was asking.
Listen. It's a tricky situation. You understand? This man, he claimed to be a victim. So we have all of this evidence, and it needs to be investigated. So I invited the apart from the bishop, I invited the pastor in my office. The Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia was present. Honorable friend Musa Din, Justice Minister, and the code officers is here. We talked to him. He appealed. Yeah, when we talked to him, he said the partisan, they call it Solomon partisan. He promised him faithfully that he was going to come, and the only person he trusts to have brought in was one of our officers called Prince David, who is a senior ranking member of the church. So Prince talked to him. When you look on our call law, you'll see there is consistent calls from Prince. Prince number is 077 0800 109. You see Prince being in touch with him. He told Prince he was somewhere in rehab. When Prince got in rehab, Prince called him and called off his phone. When Prince came in town after like a few minutes, Prince called him. He said, "Oh yeah, I hear you can come back." So we knew that he was giving all the run around. The pastor called him. He said he was coming to the church. He did not show up. The church is there. You can go and do an inquiry from the church. You'll find out.
So let me come to.
Yeah, before you get there, let me just talk about this David Bien, the Secretary General of the People Liberation Party. He claimed that he was being shot by unknown men wearing masks. I think, had it been that this young man would have killed himself, I think the whole country would say it is the government that killed this particular young man. Now, knowing what he did, he went to work and lied. Because the report that was made to the police station, they claimed that people went after him on a motorcycle and shot him in front of his fence. So immediately when we got the information, went at JFK, they said they were taking him to do some work, medical work. So we stayed all day. When he got through, the doctor asked that he rest. So we left him. Monday, we went at his residence. He told us, look, I'm kind of dizzy, so you guys should come Wednesday, which is today. We went there today, and he told us, look, I need to rest, and you guys can come Tuesday. So I said, hey, this guy is giving us the runaround from what I'm seeing. So at the time, we have already subpoenaed his medical record through the court. So we got the medical record, and we knew that he was giving us the runaround. So we immediately went to the court and obtained a writ of search and seizure.
Okay.
So in the yard, while we're in the yard, they had 6 vehicles in the yard. We asked them to identify that identical vehicle. Well, when in the vehicle, this is how we found out that shell. This is how we found the shell. And on the driver's seat, you could see the perforation from the bullet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bloody hole.
Yeah, you could see the exit, the entry point on the seat. So immediately he tried to give us some other story. We told him, said, look, we got the entire story. What broke it down was, I told him, I said, we have subpoenaed your medical record, and you truthfully explained to the doctors that you mistakenly shot yourself. So why now dramatize the whole thing? So he broke down. He said, okay, he will cooperate with us. Then he told us he criminally, knowingly, maliciously took the weapon and conceived the weapon from his residence to as far as 20th Street.
Okay.
He lived in Soclene and they transferred the weapon as far as 20th Street to hide the weapon. So we managed to get the weapon. We got the weapon, we got the vehicle, and at present he's at Central Headquarters undergoing investigation.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is wrong. We must tell the public that, look, these are things when it happen and someone have to lose their life. The next day the police in app or the inspector general don't know a thing. But you forgetting to know, this police, this identical Labrador National Police, it's the same police from back in the days to Manasalita to today. The only thing that happened to the police, the head or the operational authority of the police change our government changes. But that's the same group of people who make headway, who blunder along, who pick up again. So I don't see any difference. So these people, they're trying to portray the image of the government to be bad because he went on and lied. He lied that somebody shot him. And we'll prosecute him for illegal possession of firearm. We'll prosecute him for raising false alarm to security apparatus.
And to add on to my boss, right? Like I have noticed something, okay? If we can actually recall, before the special senatorial election, right, there were wave or what, the same type of situation. You remember that? Now we're approaching what, by-election, right? Now we are starting to see the same thing. So, you know what's going to happen? Comes 2023, we'll actually experiment. So now is the time we are going to crack down. We will crack down. There's consistency on the act of people to undermine the peace and stability of the country. We will not sit there like that.
What was happening for election? People could not bury their loved one. They would take the body, chunk the body on the street, and we arrested people from New Matali era and another era we arrested the way in the graveyard to bury. I mean, people just coolly bury their loved one. They would take the body and send the body on the street, chunk the body on the street, and walk away. Then people wake up, they pose and say, oh, body all over the street. Body here, body there. Let me give you one example before my colleague come in. Look, there is this video that came out early this morning. That's the question that somebody died in Dupo Road. This thing occurred November 6, 2018. And the victim name is Daniel Boke. Daniel Boke. The case was reported by his uncle.
You mean the motorcycle?
Yeah, that they said was killed this morning.
This is the video.
It was reported that it's in Soclene again. It's in Dupo Road.
No, Soclene and Dupo Road. It's between Soclene and Dupo Road.
Okay.
It's in Black D. It's in Soclene and Black D. So what happened here? The case is a case that reported the police, and we investigated the case. The reporting person was the uncle to the deceased. The uncle name is
Daily, eh?
Well,
That don't get happy to the uncle needs.
it's David Pay. The uncle is David Pay. If you want his number, I can give you a telephone number. You can contact the uncle.
We will collect everything.
We need the numbers because it's very important. So, IG, because we're running.
So, let it end because it's interesting that he ends the story.
So what happened here? Because a lot of people interested in portraying this country to know evil.
Okay.
They interested in scaring investors away. They wanting the American embassy all over to raise or travel a light on Liberia, so they come up with these stories and post old things and post things from different countries. Even that ballet that the latest summer is open, it did not happen in Liberia.
So Mr. Inspector General, please, on the issue of what we just talked about, because that video went viral on Facebook this morning. Now, you said it happened ever since. How did it come up this morning?
Because somebody who is interested in undermining the peace of the country, and someone who is interested and happy to hear what is happening in the country, they're saying that, oh yeah, we're winning the fight. We got to look for more things to populate, so the government should look back. So one of them took it and publish it.
And Chief, to add on, right, let me say something, right? Look at the consistency here. As I said, the December election, the special senatorial election, we had the same situation, okay? Look, let me say something. We are not involved in politics, the police, right? But you know what? Take politics all about work. Do not honor my police legitimacy. Look at what happened now going to by-election. We have the same issue. After the by-election, we'll call off. So you know what's going to happen in the presidential election, 2023? It's going to be worse. As the RG said, we have to nip it. We will give the facts and nothing but the facts. That's the reason why we're on a regular police patrol. We are going to engage our community policing partners. Even, I'm going to say this, our partner, the judiciary, we want to appeal to them to really clamp down on those offenders, the repeat offenders. Because they are the one actually committing crime as well. And another thing, the issue about drugs. You cannot divorce drugs from what has been happening. We have to actually have a tough drug law that will actually send a strong message out to our people. Those people who are importing drugs into the country, we have to have a law that will be held responsible for the action. Now is the time. And as I said, we cannot achieve it without the help of the public.
Mr. Andrew, we said head of the Kapao Security. I know you have interest in helping the police in other areas. We'll talk to you, and we'll also talk to the Deputy Minister of Information, Culture Affairs and Tourism, Mr. Jalawa Tompo, who is in Lofa County. He has an interest in this discussion. Let me go to my
Jala, I beg you. It's very important that we make emphasis on this. People are interested in portraying an ugly image of this country, security-wise. Forgetting to know that what their actions are have trickle-down effects on the ordinary citizens of this country. Look, if we create a nightmare of the security situation in Liberia, like I said, we are going into a festive season. All right? Those Liberians or, diaspora Liberians that are supposed to come to celebrate and bring some goodies for their families back here will change their minds, and absolutely it will have a far-reaching effect economically on the country. All right? We need to sit down and think about the bigger picture of Liberia. You don't necessarily have to love the Liberian National Police. You don't have to necessarily love the government of the Republic of Liberia. But you must love the citizens of Liberia. We encourage good citizenship. We encourage patriotic citizenship. Because whatever that affects the government of Liberia affects the citizenry of this country. We urge every individual, and those that are always circulating. There are some chat rooms when information get there, people will start sending it to different chat rooms. And before you look, the information goes viral. And then everybody is concerned. And then you hear these things like the IG said, surface in international reports that will have far-reaching effects where you sit somewhere, you will not be proud to even identify yourself as a Liberian. We have to stop this. You don't have to love the leadership of the police. You don't have to love the leadership of the country. But you have to love Liberians in general. Because this country deserves far better.
Okay, we have 10, 15 more minutes to ask questions. We'll open the line for the Liberian people to talk. But let me welcome and recognize the presence of the Director General of LINA, Mr. Kwame Opa Wicks, who is also in studio this afternoon. You want to ask a question?
Okay, let me go to the Inspector General. You know, we have our correspondent in Nigeria. Some of these things happen there, and once she reported that when these things happen, there's a security alert as to how information get out. I've listened to every one of you explain the story. It seems to be almost all the things being reported, they are all false. What the police gonna do? Seeing every day people come to the social media, send out false informations, and the country tend to be very, people are panicked about the way things are happening. What the police gonna do about people posting false informations, maybe going to radio stations or doing some other things that will bring about insecurity in our country?
Mm-hmm. Well, this is not only unique to Liberia. There's a cyber war ongoing. So this is why we are talking to our partners, we're talking to government to train our officers when it comes to cyber attack. And we are getting there. I can assure you we are getting there. The government is doing everything humanly possible to ensure that we have cyber police officers that will go online to track these people who are disseminating this wrongful information to the public just to create national security instability in the country. Mm-hmm. I will tell you, the Fuller guy that was shot to Douala, it took us just 3 days. We were able to arrest the 4 guards with the vehicle they use. Right now, we have them, and they will be sent to court for prosecution. The other guy who was robbed to Paco community right to the Freeport. Mm-hmm. This morning, we launched our dragnet. We arrested 2 of them. We sent for the guy, and they were identified. Before I got in your studio here, they were being arrested. Okay. So we are all out there. We are making sure, and we are raiding ghettos. We are doing everything humanly possible, and what is happening will stop. Mm-hmm. I am saying what is happening will stop.
These things will stop, I know, but the police is challenged in terms of various communities. I know sometimes logistical problem. The country is big. Monrovia is a place you see all the politics going on. You see all the video footage coming up about happiness in the country. What have you done? Have you stepped up your net patrols? Because I observe in the evening hours after 8 o'clock, many of your checkpoints have been manned in the day. You don't see police officers. So have you reactivated those checkpoints? And what have you done in terms of patrol at night?
Okay, let me address it. Okay, so the issue, what we have started doing is that we have activated our, as I said, community policing team. Mm-hmm. In addition to that, we have our PSU and ERE officer along with the anti-robbery team who are doing day patrol with the zones and depots. At a certain point, we retire to base and re-strategize for the night patrol. So as the RG said, we've been all out. Even the RG were out at 4 a.m. We all were out. So you always see armed officers within those communities. So we want to say to our people, when you see a police officer carrying a long range, they are there to actually protect life and property. We are not there to intimidate our people. We want to make sure we restore calm. But as the RG said, we are actually trying to reduce harm crime to actually our people. But again, we cannot sit here and just say that, oh, there's crime everywhere. Mm-hmm. What people are doing to undermine the peace and stability of the country, what people doing to actually undermine the legitimacy of police have been the issue. Look, do your own crime statistics. We are seeing ambassadors. We are seeing international partners who travel with the 15th political subdivision of the country with no security guard, and they go and come back peacefully. Mm-hmm. I had a friend who lived on the country for 30 years that returned with the same fear. He asked me, so I need security. I said, I cannot provide security for you. He said, why? I said, because the country is peaceful. After 2-3 days, he called me. He said, I don't need a security. I said, why? He started going 5 in the morning. Look, go to other country. See the level of crime as compared to Liberia. This country is safe. The records are there. There was a report that came out that said the trust in the police had gone from when? From what, 50 or something? People don't want to see that. We have people who want to undermine the legitimacy of the police department. And we are doing everything humanly possible to make sure we protect our people.
On operation, irrespective of the gains the police is making, there are still some spots in Monrovia that we normally refer to as the hotspots. For example, the New Georgia Junction, the Bannersville Junction. I mean, most of the junctions in Monrovia, where you have motorcyclists and the other jackers, people who snatch people's phones. People want to see the presence of the police at those junctions other than the routine patrol. You know, are there plans on the way to have police people stationed at those different, intersections?
So what happens is this: we have 11 zones, right? We are started to actually have a PSU team at each of the zones. So with Badonville now we have PSU 4. The Broadville Bell Zone 6 we have PSU 6. We have PSU 7. Okay, with Zone 4 that you're making reference to, right? We have augmented the strength of PSU 4, I think, to up to 30 officers, right? So we have instructed them based on the operation plan and deployment metrics in making sure that officers at certain point of the night are posted at those major intersections, as you made reference to Badonville Junction and New Georgia Junction. And I can tell you, even yesterday, there's a twins within that Badonville Bell. Montana were arrested, coroner at Saw Beach. Another twins were picked up yesterday. We are actually working. We are protecting our people. We are doing everything we can. But what we need the public help. We cannot achieve anything without the public. Because you know what? Those criminals live in the communities. They eat and sleep with our people there. They have to give us the information. They have to help us.
Let me just recollect. I remember when we gone down those 5 armed robbers in the Red Belt. It was surprising to know that people went all on the social media to say, oh, it was the Inspector General making. He planned it. He did it. So the question here is, I will plan with you to say, let's go plan it, then we'll kill you. Then, I mean, what is that? But these are the same people who do not want the government to succeed. Who go after those people, they say, no, it is looking fake. It's looking fake. Looking fake, money, people bag of money on the ground, looking fake. I need money, I will take bag of money and go put on the ground to fix something. Then I tell you, say, can I plan, then you will die, I live. No, we got to stop joking in this country. That is all that we have. Okay. We got to jealously protect the country. Every one of us have to protect this country. It's not only the security alone, the journalists, the sweeper, the private citizen. I mean, everybody need to come together to help to jealously guard this particular piece that we are enjoying.
General, you can do all of this work. I'm thinking about your relationship with the private security sector. Because at night, these are the people who are assigned at various stores in the night. They are helping to curb crimes in other areas. What is the association with Mobile Saros and the rest of the security, private security sector in the country? Because they are also helping you. Have you formed a partnership with them? Sometimes I listen to the Kapao Security in Monrovia. They're moving with motorbikes and XYZ. Have you authorized them to do what they are doing? What did they do for you, and how do you partner with them?
I should speak now, sir?
Yeah,
okay. So let me speak on that. Okay, the issue with the private security. If you ask Momo, right, we have a very good working relationship. On most instances, I can tell you, we usually have meetings. We compare notes, okay, on issues that have to do with security of this country. Because those private security are actually resident businesses provide security. They are part of the security sector of this country. Because they see things that we are not available to see. So I always tell them, even my officer yesterday, if the chief can attest to that, I always tell them, when you are doing your foot and vehicle patrol, make contact with the private sector. When you have to do with protecting the peace, maintaining the peace. If our people want to be a part of what the police, we have partnership. And Kapao is a partner to all in a way that they are actually saying things and reporting to the police. Have you heard of a Kapao person killing anybody? No. But are they reporting things to radio station and the police? Yes. That's the kind of partnership we're talking about. We always tell them to do and don't. There's certain things you can do because you don't have the mandate by law to do that. We have the mandate on the Constitution to do certain things. And as I said, we need the assistance of the public, especially at the community level. We are, as the IG said, next week we're going to have a lot of community police engagement, meeting the public. They are watching within the community. We are actually going to engage them, making sure they are doing the right thing because they are out there within the community that seeing what is happening. Okay. They will help us actually to succeed in our operation.
You want to ask a final question, and I pose one to the Inspector General. We'll open the line for some time.
Yeah, that's what we want to do.
15 minutes at a time, then we close it out.
After
Oliver, go ahead.
So I want to ask the IG and perhaps operation. All of these things you're saying will be, successful if the morale of the men and women in blue is high. Do you have the support do you have the logistics? Because once the men want to do their patrol, no motorbike, they pick up there, ain't got gas, 2 minutes stuff happening. Obviously, you will not work. Do you have the support that you will need to fight crime to the letter?
Okay, I can openly tell you that the signal that we are getting is 100% positive. I can tell you, just a matter of a few days from now, you'll see us with some new brand of vehicles. Okay. So, yeah, the things are getting on course. Look, there's nobody that is concerned about what is happening, all of these negativity that is going around in our country more than His Excellency. He's very much concerned. He's very, very, very much, he's in a position that he's sitting and looking to say, look, something has to be done. So I can tell you, just in short, something will happen. Few days from now, probably you'll see us speak and span.
Okay. Let me ask you, I think, before we go to the lines, listening to the entire team talking about, I think, the guy from PLP that shot himself in the leg, and then you people said you're going to take some other actions. But there has been open confession from one of the talk show hosts on the social media that during one of the protests in the country, one of the lawmakers had guns in his vehicle, and that issue the police has been investigating. What the police going to do about that open confession involving the individual that made the open confession and that of the lawmaker that was involved?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. That's a very good question. You see, before I come to that question, let me lay the basis first of all. In criminal investigation, you must have developed what is called probable cause before you arrest. Like you guys ask question why people who reported to us they were victims, why would we let them go? We didn't do. And I told you consistently they were not suspect, but rather victim of circumstances. We must have developed probable cause before we arrest anybody, and the arrest must be based on probable cause. That is, you must have established criminal prima facie. Now, Costa, who you are quoting, have been one of the guys who made the police to be like the police has been on violating the rights of citizens in this country, especially on that fateful day when that protest was being organized and staged at the Capitol, where they carried coal parts, they attempted cooking on the grounds of the Capitol and all of that, and it was curbed, it was prevented by police, and we were widely criticized for using tear gas and all of that. And tear gas for law enforcement is an intermediate, stuff that is being used the world over. It's not unique to Liberia, where you use it to control hostile situation. That is legal, all right? But to come to this point, that case was being investigated. And again, you guys in the media will bear me witness. The police was being highly and widely criticized again for in fact, they point out action as being a witch hunt. We try to get at this representative in question. Now the facts are coming out. You know what? Criminal investigation can go as long as I know how many years. It's not stuff. It's a process. So, in other cases, apart from this, people say, oh, police investigation is very slow. There are processes. All the while we have provided to...
Let's stick to this issue.
Yeah, yes. So, we have now established the prima facie, the probable cause is there, and at the appropriate...
What are you going to do about this?
At the appropriate time, we take the appropriate action.
How long?
The legal action will be taken. Okay. And you will get to know about it. People
okay,
will be brought to book.
Okay. Just to add on, look, right now we are faced with this situation of false alarm spreading all over the country. This is very paramount, so we have to nip this. Then, of course, sit to recollect and look at that video again. Then we'll come out with a judgment. But I hope the American embassy was listening when Costa was making this revelation. And I also hope the UN representative was listening. I also hope ECOWAS was listening. I also hope the same human rights that were accusing police of being biased and going after these people, I hope they are listening. The same human rights commission now that's saying people are missing on a daily basis. They were the same people who were protecting these demonstrators to say police were lying. So everybody, in fact, the social media went wow. Like the police don't know what they're doing, the police did, the police that, and all of that. What Costa alluded to, he said, oh, Patrick Sudue is stupid. The police is stupid. They should have come for you cannot teach us our job. At the time we're talking about, it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock. Which are the court were open? So we get the doctrine of hot pursuit. When you come, when crime is being committed in a glare of a law enforcer, he goes with the doctrine of hot pursuit.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Inspector General. The President of Liberia, His Excellency Ambassador Dr. George Opomanak Begubese Kose Fokekoron Jirate Pometabetano. We are celebrating his birthday this week, and we're going to play this song in appreciation of the President for the good work he's done. Just for a few seconds, we'll come and open the line for you. Let's go ahead.
Excellency Dr. George Manewia, President of the Republic of Liberia, we wish you a very beautiful birthday with God's
Do you know that health is wealth? Do you know that a healthy lifestyle keeps you in good shape and form? Yes, your path to healthy living is Health Guide. Join LNTV this Tuesday and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. for Health Guide with your host, Cecilia Clark. Health Guide is a 45-minute program that focuses on the causes, treatments, and preventions of various sicknesses confronting mankind. Health Guide will bring you face-to-face with medical practitioners to give you an in-depth understanding of how to treat and prevent sicknesses. On Health Guide, you will place a call and the experts will be right there to give you an answer of hope. Don't be told. Just take your seat and watch Cecilia Clark and her guests on Health Guide every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on LNTV.